7 or 8 functions into this. Took a lot of debugging. I mean, this whole thing getting to this point took me about, total from today and last night, about 3.5 to 4 hours. Just most of it was just looking at all this crap and figuring out where things went, and actually learned quite a bit over that process. But so first key thing I learned is in the weapon trait parameter here, if you want the full attack to be applied to your character, you have to set this to 100. So this modifies what the attack is here. If you don't put this in, you'll get the full attack. But if you put this in and don't put it at 100, you'll get less than the full attack power. Reason that I was wondering about that and found that out was because when I was equipping the weapon, which I'll show you here, when you go to select a weapon to equip, it's supposed to show you the resulting new parameter for these. And this was originally coming out as 16 for sword and 15 for Katana of Darkness, even though Katana of Darkness has much more attack power. Well, Katana of Darkness also had a attack parameter of 25%, whereas sword was 15% or 50%. So when I set them both to 100%, then we got the 36 and 86, which is correct. But as you can see now, we should have 2 swords here. Instead, we still have 1 sword and 1 Katana of Darkness. So we have to figure out what's going on with the unequipped part of it and why it's not updating the game weapons list, game party weapons list. Inadvertently, though, while I was working on it, I killed off the equipping of all the other items, so I had to go and fix that. That was a real fun journey. Those are working again. Well, kind of, sort of. I haven't clicked on one of those before. So we'll have to figure that out too. Right. Let's minimize that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, well, let's go ahead and look at that since that's there. So that's over here. If force change equip. So because item is null. So why would let's look at the call. Well, the call stack's not there because it's not paused. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Actually, let's go ahead and get rid of all breakpoints and just add one here. Disable it. Refresh. Alright, so, let's go to equip. Oh, damn, I forgot to turn it back on. Done that a couple times today. It's like, how come this didn't reach 0? Because the breakpoints are deactivated. Okay. Now activate them. Okay, now we can, yeah, so item is undefined, so where's this coming from? So if index is not -1, so index should be, so we look at this stat index. So index is 0. Well, that's not correct. It shouldn't be 0. It should be 1. Okay, slot ID is 1. This dot item, which is based off of this dot index. Ah, come on. Yeah, undefined. So, what is this underscore data? Array 0. Okay, so that's interesting. The data array is not populating. Call select, help updates, on slot OK. Equip slot. Let's see, call handler, okay. Selectable call handler, symbol, item window, selectable. Call update help, which then calls this update help, which then runs this. Now, there's no data because we don't have any shields equipped. So if index is not -1, and if this underscore data dot length is greater than 0, and that's not the right place. It's on line 445 of the plugin. Let's see what that does. So this way, if we don't have anything, it'll just won't run that second bit. So I think what we should do is we should say we should put on the outside of this this condition, and then if it's false on either of these, have it play the cancel sound. Technically. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So that fixed that. So now if we go to equip, go to sword, we see our weapons here. Gonna take that off, continue. So we'll go to Time of Darkness, so we got 86, click on to equip it, it's equipped, and we have 86 on the attack now. But this doesn't update, so that's going to be on force change equipment or change equipment, one of the two. So let's put a breakpoint here, and we'll put a breakpoint on change equipment. It should also be in here somewhere. Calc traits. Oh, right there. Yeah. All right. So let's see which one of these this is falling into. So we're calling force. I'm going to do it on the click actually. So we're calling change equip. Okay. So it's calling trade with item party. Trade item with party rather. So we're passing through these and this. Actually, we don't need this anymore, so we can actually get rid of that whole call there. And we get rid of this. So there should be a call to. So whoops, yeah, gain. So gain old item and then lose new item. So we're not getting the old item, we're not losing the new item. These two aren't working. So gain item, item amount. So this is gain item to the party. So we're taking it from the actor and putting it here. So the item, which is going to be the game instance weapon, the amount, the equip, and the actor, which we don't need now. Right. So. Okay, so item is actually a game instance weapon, so we don't need to do this. All we need to do is say else. And I'm changing, we'll just copy paste all the code back over. All we need to say here is just item. Now, lose item, we need to bring over 2, I believe. Yeah. So, okay, lose item just calls gain item again for whatever reason. So, interesting. Let's bring that over just so I can do a comparison here. Okay, so gain item. Here we go. So this calls gain item, passes the item through, the amount and the amount negative and the include equip. So if it is a game weapon, so here's what we'll do. We'll say if amount is greater than 0. In other words, if we're adding an item, else if the amount is less than 0, so we're removing one, then we'll say this dot, or this dot weapons splice. So we need the item ID, so do we have a get item ID, or get item index rather? Or wait, can we call it? We could call remove party weapon and pass the weapon ID from here. So theoretically, this should do it. Now let's grab all of this and copy paste it back into. We'll take the lose item out because we don't need that, but do need to update all that code. So lose item 329, all the way up here at the top. Lose item. Go lose yourself. Alright, one more. There we go. Okay, I don't care. Go away, and we're going to refresh. Let's see what happens this time. Oh, that's still in there. New game. Yay! We broke it. Awesome. Huh. Okay, so how did we do this? We broke it somehow. Oh. I know how. Thought I had fixed this, and maybe I did, then the code in there wasn't fixed. That was part of the other reason that was one of the reasons that it wasn't printing in the first place, because of that as well. It was like that originally last night as well. Part of the cause of that not printing properly. Alright, let's see what happens this time. No, still not going. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not populating at all now. Okay. So, is it even coming into here? That's the next question. What is it doing? Alright, so item ID, container. Okay, we need to have a, yeah, okay, I got it. We wiped out the actual code that would add it to the list. So we had two things we had to do. We had to move this down here, and we had to put a thing up here. So we do need an else on this. So if data manager is weapon, Then we need to process that into a game instance weapon. So var new GIW, or just say new wep, I guess, new inst wep equals new game instance weapon. So the item, the ID, the type, the slot ID, and then the instance. So item, the type is going to be item dot. So this is E type ID or W type ID. I think W type ID. Okay, data manager, where are you? Where are you? If it's no, it's E-type ID. Well, that's the item type. That's the type of weapon or type. If it's type of equip. We want the E-type, W-type ID. That's what it is exactly. Alright, it's W-type ID. So that's party item. Yeah, W-type ID. Slot's -1 because it's not going to be equipped. It's just a weapon that's being stored. And then false because it's not an instance weapon. And then this dot underscore weapons dot push new inst web. Perfect. Now it's working. Okay. So if we go to item, we go to weapon, we got our sword and our katana of darkness. We got equipped herald. Boom. There it is. Now we need to see if it's actually doing this correctly. So let's go over to here. We're going to upgrade the katana of darkness. The easiest way to, well, it's not going to show the plus on the item list. We'll need to do that as well. So I'm just going to level it up to 8. And we're going to go to equip. Herald. Equip. 173. So, is that correct? So we're adding on 57. We're adding 57 onto that. What is the 78? So, well, we're also though removing the other one. So, the sword is adding 20. 78. Yeah, okay, that's right. Perfect. That is right. So if you take the previous minus the current, the new one, then that's what you get, 58. And that's what the difference is between that. So that's working perfectly. Awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and equip it and then unequip it. And then check it in the list here and make sure. Awesome. Cool. Cool beans. We are now able to equip these damn things finally. Now, and they're showing it properly in the, they're being transferred properly between the different lists. Between the actor and the game party. Cool. That is awesome to see. Alright, now, durability. Let's go into that. So that's probably going to be in Game Battler somewhere. There's probably something in Game Battler where we're going to have like an action being called, and on that action and with game action we can then do something with that. Or after the action is called in Game Battler, we can do something in there with the attack weapon. So that should only be on physical attack too, not on magical attacks. But what if it's a magical weapon? So that's probably a little bit more, that's a little bit too meta at the moment. We'll worry about that later. Right now we just want to get this system basically working. So let's go diving in Game Battler. So Game Battler dot prototype dot equals, there we go. So clear animations, clear damage, weapon animation, blah 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 blah. What we're looking for is something like on attack or start attack or something action. So we have an action, we have a set action, we have clear results, refresh, add state, restrict, remove state, escape, add buff, debuffs, battle status, status auto, remove blah 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 blah, speed, make actions, make action times, make speed, current action, remove current action, force action, use item. On damage. So is that on take damage or is that on give damage? Remove stats. I think that's on take damage. I think. So perform action blah. So if this is not implemented, that means that we have to implement it on the lower end. So actually it's probably implemented on let's look. Game actor and it's called process perform action. Perform action, here we go. So perform action attack. Boom, here we go. I think all we have to do here is we just have to say whatever. So first let's just make a note here. Add dir stuff here. Let's take off one. Well, actually we'll add this there. Next, weapons this weapon, weapons 0.w type. Okay, so here we have to do some stuff as well because we have to pull the proper weapon ID for that. So we'll pick that up again later. First, though, let's go back. Let's go ahead and close this, and let's go back to our. Well, apparently I minimized it. Let's go back over here. We need to add a new tag in for durability damage, which will go in the top section. So this is for like level stuff, and this up here is just values to store for initialization and for other things. So we'll say dir durability damage, I guess, and we'll set it to 0.02, so 2%. So 2% every attack of the durability will be taken off. Now we need to go over to our object, to our game as its weapon object, and we need to add this in. We'll deal with the handler later, because we're going to add a whole bunch of stuff in for that. So here we go. So this dot underscore dir dmg equals 0.0. I'll fix that later too. Else, process level bonus. It should be actually process note tag. I'll change that to process note tag, because it's not just level bonuses anymore. Note tag. Yeah, we're gonna process the note tag, man. Alright, let's rename it to process note tag. Now, we can just put underneath the durability bonus here. So else if web data 0 equals this underscore dir dmg equals parse float web data 1. Okay, so that'll bring it in and set it. So that's all we had to do with that. Now we need to go back to our I think it's put there we go. Can't figure out what I use for the first one. It's add dir stuff. Alright, so the first thing we have to do here is we have to the first thing we have to do is we have to not change it here. We have to probably bring this, and we'll just bring all this stuff down for right now. We'll just take that out, but we need these two we need for sure. So that's game actor again, so I'll throw it up here in the game actor section. Alright, let's go to that, and we'll tab these over. Alright, so perform action, perform attack. So after we do the perform attack, we are going to do this calculation. So first of all, we need to get the weapon. So we need to say, well, we don't need to get the weapon, but we need to say this dot underscore equips 0 dot underscore durability equals this times this dot dir damage. So it'll damage the durability. We probably also should show the durability on the battle screen as well. We'll figure out how to do that later. So we got that, first of all. The next thing we need to do is on so barehanded attacking. I'll make a note to figure out if bare attacking causes issue. So on perform attack now, we need to get the right weapon ID. So if weapons 0, so this dot weapons pulls probably the That's game party. This is game actor.